Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Just wanted to come on real fast to sort of give you an update of what I'm doing. You've heard about my journey to financial freedom, my money adventure. And a part of my journey is to make sure that my family is straight as well. And so I am working to find a policy, a life insurance policy for my son Justin. Um, I'm a grandmother. I don't know if some of you don't know, I'm a grandmother. And so, there's certain things that you just have to stay up on. You just can't, you can't be slipping on certain things. And so, I love my son and everything, but I know the habits of my son. I know that if I leave it up to him to get a policy, an insurance policy, that it might not happen, even though it's affordable. I feel like, you know, I feel like, he may be late making the payment and then the policy lapse, and I don't want that to happen. So I don't know if most of you know, but a couple years ago I used to sell life insurance, and I let my license expire because I just wanted to move away from it, and you'll hear a little bit more about it from my book, Empower Your Financial Future. But I have decided to get back in life insurance, especially after last year when my brother passed away and he didn't have a policy. I think it's so important that you have a policy, and if you have a policy from your employer, you definitely want to have a policy outside of your job unless you plan on dying on your job. You may love, love, love your job, and I hope you do. I hope that you love your job, because it would really suck if you would have to get up every morning and go somewhere that you don't like, that you don't want to be. So you may love your job and you may want to retire from your job, but that doesn't mean that your job have that same goal for you. Your job may not have that same goal for you to be there, 25, 35 years to retire there. When I was working at Capital One, I knew that they were a company that laid off a lot. But I didn't know that I was only going to be working there for a year before I was laid off. So you definitely want to get a policy outside of your group policy. So that's another show. I'll talk more about that later. I'll tell you more about my experience with that later. But for my son, who's 28 years old, and he has two children, I have to make sure, and that's what I tell people. I was just telling a young lady on Facebook the other day. She was saying that she's going to be so happy. She loves, loves, love her children, but she's going to be so happy when her children is older. And I replied back that, yeah, I was kind of feeling that way, going through a little tough time when my boys were teenagers. But when they turn 18, it doesn't get that much better, because you have a whole nother set of challenges. And, I was young. I was 18 at one point, and I had a whole nother set of challenges. I still have a whole set of challenges that my mom has helped me with. And I've shared with you guys that I am very transparent on my journey to financial freedom, because I feel like if I get my story out, I would help other women, and my goal is to help 1,000 women. So I'm saying all this to say that I am back into life insurance. I don't necessarily call it selling because with my life experience and with my experience in the financial industry, I call it's more of financial education. It's more financial education. Believe me, when I worked at Bank of America as a banker, no one there, none of the financial advisors there wanted to talk to you if you had under, $50,000, $100,000 in assets. So Wealth Wave is the company that I've joined, and they're a marketing company, meaning that, we have more than, one product to sell. And we represent lots of carriers, so there's a lot of options. And so I've decided to take matters into my own hand when it comes to, planning for my future and planning for my family's future. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for someone to do it for me. So I say all this to say that please let me know if you know of anyone. Make sure that your kids, your adult kids, especially if they have children, make sure that they have a policy. Have conversation. A lot of people walk around like they're never going to die, and it's a subject that we don't like to talk about. But it's important to have a conversation about it, because it's not a matter of if we're going to die. It's a matter of when we're going to die. And have a conversation with your children about it, and then schedule some time with me to either get a policy for them or to look over the policies that you already have. Trust and believe, a lot of people don't even know what they have when it comes to their life insurance policies. When I sold insurance a few years ago, I would run across a lot of people, and I talk about this in my book, Empower Your Financial Future. I talk to a lot of people who had policies and didn't know what they had. So schedule some time with me, and we'll go through, what your needs are and come up with a good policy for you. So either call me, email me, or you can actually go onto my calendar and put a time in. We can do we can do a Zoom appointment. We can do an appointment through Zoom, or we can do an appointment on the phone. I would prefer to do an appointment through Zoom, because I do, have a presentation that's a very good presentation. But we can also talk on the phone as well, and I can come meet you somewhere. So to go to my calendar, you can go to bit.ly/PWC Security. PWC Security. And PWC stands for Pendleton Wealth Consultant. So if you go to bit.ly/PWC Security, you can schedule a time to talk. Okay? So have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Peace and blessings.